Apparently she says I'm gonna hurt her children, and her children are deceased.
Two toddlers ripped from the world by their own mother. A New Jersey judge recently heard the case and made a decision about Naomi Elkins' guilt and punishment. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. All right, we're going to warn you right now before we get started here. This is an incredibly tough case. We are talking about 27-year-old Naomi Elkins, who was arrested last year for slaughtering her own children, just 1 and 3 years old. This was all inside of her home in Lakewood, New Jersey last summer. She went to trial last week, and a psychologist took the stand to talk about her mental state, testifying that Elkins was out of her mind when she killed her children. So let's go back to June 25th, 2024. Elkins told authorities that she went to work at a daycare and preschool where her children were also enrolled, so think about that for a second. But on the ride home that afternoon, psychologist Dr. Gianni Pirelli testified that she started to have, quote, dark thoughts. According to reporting from the Asbury Park Press, Dr. Pirelli testified that she thought that if she destroyed her children, she would be destroying all the evil in the world. Authorities were alerted to what was going on in the house when Elkins called Hatzalah Medical Services, a volunteer group focused on helping members of the Jewish community, and she reportedly told them over the phone, "I did something to my kids, they're drowning." EMS responded under the impression that they were responding to a call of 2 children in cardiac distress, but it was so much worse than that. EMTs had to do CPR on these 2 young children, but both died at the scene, according to NBC Philadelphia. When Lakewood police got there, they took Elkins into custody. There was such a huge response from law enforcement and medical aid that the street was jammed with emergency vehicles.
Is there one back there? I don't know whose that is. Mine's like a block and a half away. Yeah, Vin, is your car nearby? I got it secure here somewhere. Yeah, all right, we're gonna walk down that way for now, okay? Yeah, I mean it's just being taped too, but we could, whatever. I mean, we can move it. Doesn't matter. All right, okay, let's just start walking. 'Cause this vehicle right here, we're just gonna walk across the grass. 334. Is she out here or no? I don't remember where she was at.
She was on a call.
Yeah, are you tied up? God, we're probably just gonna have you respond to headquarters for a search. Okay, I'm just gonna open this up. I gotta just pat you down with the back of my hand. Okay, do you have anything on you? Anything to be concerned about? Any sharp objects? Anything at all? Nothing like that? Okay.
My ring?
What's that?
A ring?
A ring? Is it on your finger?
Yeah.
Okay, other than that, that's it? Okay. We're gonna have a female search you properly once we get to headquarters, okay? But for now, just being that I'm placing you inside of our vehicle, I just have to do a quick sweep of you, okay? All right, just turn around, it's probably easier, and then just kind of sit back into the seat for me, okay? No, here, like turn around. There you go, and then just sit back into the seat, there you go. I'm just gonna seatbelt you in front of him. Yeah, I've asked her 0 questions other than, is that your phone on the floor? She said yes.
I think her purse is on the table.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I haven't even been in the house. I read the log and then I don't even know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it's
Where's
the husband is MIA. I don't know where he is. Apparently someone's trying to reach him.
Are there any other kids?
As far as they know, no. They I don't know how they confirmed it, but that's all they said. They only are aware of 2. So I'd like to still get confirmation on that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if she has any documentation in the house or.
There are a lot of detectives here at this point. I'm not necessarily relinquishing, but I'm going to let them kind of run what they got to run.
Hey, real quick, I want to thank our incredible new sponsor, Experian for sponsoring Sidebar. Now, this is big because Experian can help you stay on top of your finances. After all, April is Financial Literacy Month, and Experian, they're all about that all year round. So the first step to take control of your credit and finances is to download the Experian app, which, by the way, has tons of free tools. Your free FICO score, which can help you boost your FICO score instantly for free with Experian Boost. Free access to a marketplace of credit card, loan, auto insurance options that are matched to you. Free credit monitoring with real-time alerts to keep you in the know on changes to your Experian credit profile. And let's not forget, you can easily freeze your Experian credit profile for free in the app, helping protect you against identity theft. So make sure your finances are always in good shape with Experian. Use the link in the description or scan the QR code to download the free app now. Results will vary and additional terms may apply, but check out the App Store for more details. Inside the home, investigators were trying to piece together what on earth happened here. Now, much of the body cam footage is muted or blurred for the privacy of the victims and their family, but you can hear detectives mulling over the evidence they have so far.
Anybody saw a knife?
They said they thought it was in one of the bathrooms, but I don't want to walk away for major crimes in CSI. Come photograph everything. When I first walked in, this was, it still is. There's a puddle with a bucket here. I didn't see any blood when I came in, but I don't know if that's what.
Well, this is freshly mopped.
So when I walked in, this is where
Mom was in here.
Mom was sitting right in this chair already, but I don't know where she was when they found him. I think they said she was sitting right over here.
Now, according to the prosecutor's office, Elkins would later tell detectives that she killed her daughters for, quote, religious reasons. She said she had stabbed her youngest child, a 22-month-old, in the chest, stomach, then held her underwater in a bathtub for several minutes. She told investigators that her older daughter, just 3 years old, saw what was happening, tried to hide from her own mother. But according to evidence submitted to Superior Court Judge Guy P. Ryan, Elkins put the little girl in a bathtub in a separate bathroom and got on top of her, holding her down while the tub filled up with water.
Apparently she said something about her children, and her children are deceased. I don't know. Crazy.
Now, the Asbury Park Press reports that Elkins' husband had left on a business trip the day before the murders, and different police officers, detectives who dealt with Elkins described her in the reports as cooperative but emotionless. She seems dazed, and at times officers have to repeat themselves before she grasps what they're asking her to do.
You step up.
Stand up.
Yeah, you step up. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, you can walk. There's going to be a female officer coming in and search you.
What?
A female officer is going to come in and search you. Okay? And once she's done, we're just going to take one hand out and we got to cuff you to the bench. Okay?
You're gonna what?
We have to take one hand out and cuff you to the bench once she's done searching you.
Okay.
Cuff you to the bench. There's a D ring on the bench. We just got to cuff you to the bench. Okay? Until, I guess, we'll figure out what's going on. All right?
All right, Naomi. Can I see your pictures again? Be real quick. Just come stand over here with your back up against the wall. Just gonna take your glasses off. Take your glasses off. Here. Just look straight at that camera. I know it's bright.
31. 05-3361.
Okay, now look over your right shoulder. See what you did before? Look over your right shoulder. Okay, you can relax. We're good. You can come over here. I'm gonna fingerprint you now. You can come over here. I'm gonna fingerprint you now. If I'm standing right next to me, I'll take it right here. Right, you're good. It's off real quick. It's off the line there. Undo your 4 fingers.
Naomi, I'm going to have you stand up right here. Here. So what we're going to be doing right now, we're going to take a left index and a right index fingerprint twice on the actual ink one, not like the machine that was just giving us trouble. And then we're going to swab in the inside of your cheek, just like what CSI did before. And then from there, you're done with it. So I just need you to sign here and then date here as well. Today's 6/25/24. Back here. I'll just do a swab. I have it out. So I'm just gonna have you open your mouth. right. And
There's the micro card.
yep, I'll do this from here. Do you want to take it for that? I get the, yep.
And you just stand there, face the wall. Face the wall, turn up. Okay.
What happens when must be raised?
They're gonna charge you, and then you're gonna go to Ocean County Jail. Okay?
And then what the prosecution, like what happens?
Well, then it's up to the judge and the prosecutor office and your lawyers to figure out what happens. If you're gonna be detained or released, you're most likely gonna be detained because of the severity of the crime. All right? You have to get a lawyer and all that stuff. Okay?
As part of the investigation, detectives also served a subpoena to the daycare where Elkins worked, looking for the surveillance video of Elkins' last days at work. After all, it's very important to determine her behavior and actions leading up to this.
So yeah, Monday and Tuesday. What time do you guys run?
She's not here the whole time. You want the hours that she works.
That would be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So
Well, I have
John wasn't picking up the kids.
She wants her as a worker here or as a mother here? As a mother here.
both.
Oh, if you want to see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
direction.
If she's here in the building, doesn't matter working or.
Whatever, you want any direction we have.
Yes, please.
Okay?
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions or anything? Okay, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Any questions or anything, reach out to us and we'll help you.
Yeah, you need this email, not us.
That's what I got.
He stepped to the chair. That's what we do think second.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're all just trying to.
That's one. Very, very traumatic for everyone.
How has everyone been? Are the parents?
Well, right now we're dealing with the staff more than anything.
Okay.
Everyone knows her and everyone knows the kids.
Everyone, so there was a lot of
Everyone
trauma,
knows
a
her
lot of
family.
trauma.
The kids, everyone knows.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay
I mean, over here,
together.
you're going to do a lot.
Right?
And what's so traumatic is that she was
That's
she was like a
having the
so
hardest
sweet
time.
person.
Her coworkers are working.
Like we never
the past
ever
10
saw
months.
her raise her voice ever.
They can't even picture her.
I watched her like it was her kid they picked up. She's like just like right, so like that's what's so scary. It's like, if you know somebody's crazy, so then you just connect and you just know somebody and like you never. One of the people here from like the trauma, like to help us, and she kept just telling everybody, you have to look at it like for your mind to be able to like learn to trust people. People are panicking. It's just like, I have to look at it almost like someone was driving a vehicle and they had a stroke and they lost control. Like it's just the trauma. So
Well, I'm sorry for all of you. I hope that it sounds like you guys have a good support system within each other. That you guys
yeah, and
can
the things and
pull
it was really nice when everyone came yesterday. How they were so. Everyone from the police department, from that, they were just.
No one would ever do anything. to
No,
disrespect
everybody
you guys
just
or-
realizing how like they were just
Ocean County prosecutors charged Elkins with 2 counts of murder, possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose, and unlawful possession of a weapon. And on April 1st, Elkins went on trial before a judge. Both the prosecution and the defense, they submitted reports in advance. And only one witness was called, Dr. Gianni Pirelli. According to the Asbury Park Press, the psychologist testified that he interviewed Elkins for 11 hours over 4 sessions last year. He also reviewed her medical records and the evidence from body cam footage, and he testified that Elkins was experiencing a psychotic episode when she killed her daughters. And while she understood that it was illegal to kill her children, which is a very important insanity analysis, she didn't understand that what she did was wrong. Dr. Pirelli told the judge that Elkins had been battling mental illness for some time, and that when she had her children, she developed postpartum psychosis, which is even more severe than postpartum depression. Dr. Pirelli also testified that Elkins told him she believed that either she or her husband were the Messiah. Now, after confessing to what she did, Elkins was given the opportunity to write a letter. And that letter, which appears to be written to God, was read aloud during the short trial. And it says in part, "I thought I loved you, God, my creator. I'm deserving of death and destruction. I don't know what I was. I loved my children, but I loved you more. I put me before my kids. How could a Jewish mother do that? How? How is it possible?" Ocean County prosecutor Bradley Billimer said that the state wasn't disputing Dr. Pirelli's conclusion that Elkins was legally insane when she killed her kids, saying, based on a review of the facts and circumstances in combination with the expert psychiatric report and testimony, the state agrees with this finding. It's not even a close call. This was a tragedy of epic proportions, which Miss Elkins will be forced to carry with for the rest of her life. So this is important, right? This is the reason that it went in front of a judge as opposed to a jury, right? There doesn't seem to be an issue of fact here on its face, right? It's not as if the prosecution is saying this was cold-blooded murder and she wasn't insane, and the defense is advocating for insanity, and they may feel that a judge is more equipped to handle this case rather than a jury who could decide based on emotion as opposed to the law and the facts. Here it seems to be both sides were on the same page, and now it became a question, what should her sentence be? What should her punishment be? So in the end, Judge Guy determined that Elkins did kill her daughters, but was not guilty by reason of insanity, and he ordered her committed to a psychiatric hospital for 2 lifetimes. Under New Jersey state law, each life term is 75 years. And during that time, Elkins' defense attorney says that she will be routinely evaluated and could potentially be released from psychiatric care if medical professionals deem she's no longer a threat to herself or others. In a statement to People magazine after arrest in 2024, defense attorney Mitchell Ansell said, "The sad truth is Naomi Elkins has a well-documented history of severe mental illness, which has absolutely played a major role in these devastating events." The Elkins family was deeply saddened by the tragic events that have occurred involving Naomi Elkins and her 2 young children. Ansell added to the statement that after the verdict in Elkins' trial, saying, "This tragic case shines a huge spotlight on the mental illness epidemic in today's society. Judge Ryan did find that Naomi Elkins was not criminally responsible for the death of her children on June 25th, 2024. He made this finding as a result of the fact that Naomi Elkins suffers from severe mental illness." The Elkins family is hopeful that this verdict can now start the healing process for all parties involved. The Elkins family would also like to extend their gratitude to the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office for the compassion they have shown throughout these proceedings. We pray that Naomi can continue to get the mental health treatment that she so desperately requires. We are also hopeful that this case can serve as a reminder that mental health is a very real concern for many families. That's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you should get your podcasts. I'm Jesse Weber. I'll speak to you next time.
ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀਵਨ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਮਸਾਲਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਦੁਕਾਨ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਸ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਨਾ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਨਾ ਨਾ ਡਰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਵੀ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਂਦਾ
एटम बम होंदे भी बंदा कहे हम जंग छेड़ रहे हाँ मैं कहा जंग तो छेड़नी अल्लाह जो फरमाता कातिलूहुम हत्ता ला तकूना फितनतुम व यकून अद-दीनु कुल्लुहु लिल्लाह